For more than 2 decades, the American medical establishment turns its back on women. Millions of women were told to fear the very therapy that could have given them strength, peace, and dignity through one of life's most difficult transitions, menopause.
I'm telling you what, this health story could almost be the lead. Health Secretary RFK Jr. announcing the removal of black box safety warnings from all menopause and similar hormone therapy treatments for women. The move making it more accessible for women to get these estrogen products. Joining us now to talk more, women's health advocate, author of How to Menopause, and host of The Tamsen Show, Tamsen Fadal. Tamsen, great to see you. I met you here in Chicago, I think it was last summer or something, and I follow you on Instagram, so I feel like we're besties.
I love it. It's good to see you again.
Just how huge this is for half the population.
You know what? It's really incredible from the time that we talked, over the summer to where we are now. I have to say this. I woke up this morning thinking for the first time in 23 years, we are waking up to the word menopause in the headlines all across the country. That is a huge win and a celebration for women's health for sure.
Yeah, well, and talk about some of the symptoms that go along with menopause. It's been sort of this thing that's so scary, and we actually don't talk about it because women don't want to ever appear that we're getting old, and we don't want to age. I'm 41. It's something I really need to start thinking about. It's why I like to follow you as well. But it's not just hot flashes, irritability, bones breaking. Talk about some of the symptoms that could be alleviated with this treatment that women have just been struggling with and just dealing with, kind of biting their upper lip and going, all right, I'm going to have to make my way through. What have folks been dealing with?
Yeah, well, first of all, know I've got you with those symptoms in that perimenopause time. But, these symptoms can last anywhere between 4 to 10 years. And we're not talking about hot flashes only or not being able to sleep. We're talking about some of the symptoms that can really be debilitating. We're talking about brain fog. When you're at work and you can't remember what you're talking about, or you're in a meeting presenting and can't remember the next word, that is really scary. We're talking about long-term symptoms too, though, when it comes to bone health, brain health, and heart health. And I think what's the most important is to remember that we had this whole generation that kind of got skipped over. Doctors didn't learn about it in medical school. Women weren't offered this, or if they were talked about it in a doctor's office, oftentimes dismissed, not the fault of the doctor, but doctors stopped learning about it in medical school. So I'm really encouraged that we have younger women that are going to come up and say, you know what? If I'm going through perimenopause, which are these symptoms leading up to menopause, I know there are some solutions at least that I can talk with my doctor about, and I don't have to be frightened. This conversation is so overdue, long overdue, and I'm hoping the moment leads to more research, more investment in all of this, and to real attention to women's issues.
Yeah, we should be studied. We're not just little men, right? We should be studied as a different, entirely different group. I'm a women's health professional myself. I'm a personal trainer and teach group exercise. So I have a lot of female clients too who say that HRT has transformed their lives. Dr. Markie Martin was on with Elizabeth Vargas last night, and he said that this is just so important, and this is one of the biggest examples of when medicine got it wrong. How important is it for people to be their own advocates, women to talk to their doctors about it? Because sometimes it takes a while for medicine in the mainstream to trickle down and understand what's going on.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I spent 30 years as a news journalist and realized the importance of this story that was just not told at all. And it's ironic I'm here today. It's 2 years to the day that I walked away from the news desk to really start pushing and advocating for women. It is so important. It's important to be educated before you go into the doctor's office, because really the onus is on us as women to advocate for ourselves. And it's also on us to stand up for ourselves. This is an example of what happens when we speak up. Women should not be suffering during this time. They should know options available to them. And if hormone therapy is not something that they're interested in or they can't do, those lifestyle changes you're talking about are really important to understand, starting as early as you can understand them, but remembering it's never too late.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.